Hey guys, hey! So, super wake up Nirvana time. Alright, so I've been tagged more than a lot to do these tag videos, and I'm sorry. I'm the worst YouTuber ever. Bad Nirvana! Yeah. So, I was tagged to do my rules for life. I was eating an almond, and there's an almond skin. Rules for life post-op weight loss surgery. I have the hardest time with these kind of videos because mostly the people who do them are a lot better off than I am. They succeeded a lot further than I have. And have not had to go through nearly as much happy horse shit as I have had to go through in my weight loss surgery life. So I'm not bitter. No, I'm not. Yes. No. Yeah, I am. No, I'm not. No, really. No. So here we go. So I'll be when I'm not even. I'm just squirrel. I'm going to try to get through these really quickly. Okay. So, rules for protein. What rule or targets do you have around protein? For me, I try to get in as much protein as I possibly can per day. There are many days where I don't get even, I won't even get in like 70 grams. So, you're supposed to have, for me, I try to get like 150. And the reason for that is because if I don't fill myself with protein, then I feel my body craving other things to eat, like carbs and stuff like that. So if I eat a lot of dense protein, I feel fuller and longer. And especially for me, who doesn't have a whole lot of restriction, I require a lot. But I also have to do that because I'm about to have a DS, and DSers have to have a lot more protein. So my surgeon already recommended that I have at least, around 70 to 80 grams of protein per day. But after I started having all these issues and we knew we were going to go for the DS, he wants me to have almost 200 grams of protein per day. So I'm already like trying to get myself on up there. So when I do have the DS and the new stomach and everything like that, like I'm already used to hitting the protein. So what was given to you by your team is the next question. I just said that, like 60 to 70 grams of protein per day. That's like minimum. 90 would be optimal. Again, this is hard for me because I'm not a typical weight loss surgery patient. So when you guys come to my channel, you're not looking for, ye old sleever or ye old R&Y patient. You come into my channel because I have all kinds of horrible, weird, unique stuff that has gone on with me. So my original surgeon said I needed, I'm like, how many surgeons you got, girl? Enough. So 60 to 70, 90 is optimal if you can get up that high, but most people don't have have too much restriction to get that much protein in. All right. What did I say? I've already answered that. What did you set for yourself? How do you structure water in throughout the day? I can chug water. Yeah, I have zero restriction. If you are brand new to my channel and this is your first video, then this is probably going to be really confusing. I would definitely go back. I will add a few of my videos up here. I always point to the wrong side, so if I'm pointing here, it's probably going to be over here. If I'm pointing over here, it's probably going to be over here. That'll have little drop-down menu of different videos that I have, which will kind of explain this. So, do you do shakes, bars, or no bars and shakes? I only do shakes, and it is a very rare occasion I do a bar, and that's because someone has sent it to me or brought it to me. I do not go out and buy them. To me, it's like a candy bar. and once you pop, you can't stop. So I have a really hard time supplementing protein and stuff with something so high calorie, and protein bars are high calorie, so I would rather have that in meat, cheese, eggs, dairy, and or my Click Shake, which is my guilty pleasure. Any rules around protein to carb ratio, or only eating things that have some protein in it? I do my best, and I'm saying that, with the quote, and, I do my very best to... Coffee, yeah. I do that a lot. Excuse me. I do my very best to get as much protein in every meal that I can. I stay away the best I can from eating high carb foods. I'm not perfect. Like, look at this. No, not perfect, girl. So no, there are times where, the protein to carb ratio are kind of meh. But I do try to make sure that there's protein in every single solitary meal that I consume, or every snack I consume. I never just go grab a hunk of bread. I never just, I'm mindful. Rules for water. What are your water targets? I try to get in 100 ounces of water per day. This is water. This is not coffee, tea. This is straight up water. I try. That is why my skin looks the way it does, and I don't have restriction. I keep telling you guys that. So a lot of people are like, how can you get in so much water? How can you? Because I have no restriction. So it's like in and down. So I can pretty much drink as much as I want. What was given to you by your team? 64 ounces. That is a minimum, people. I want to, my wonderful, gorgeous, amazing friend, Melanie Slice Thinner is what I want to say. I'll put her channel either somewhere if I remember. Please help me remember. Melanie, she was talking about kidney stones and the fact that people get kidney stones because they don't have the correct calcium, and people get kidney stones because they're not drinking enough damn water. Now, with the water situation, I have been there. I've had strictures. When I had the band, it was hard as hell to get my water in because I had, I had so much issues with it coming back up. You will never see me without some kind of drink in my vicinity. I am always looking for something. When I had surgery for my RNY, my surgeon drilled this into my head. He was like, never go out of the house without something to drink. Never, ever leave the house without something to drink. If you're going to be out for 10 minutes, if you go to the gym, make sure you have water. He's like, because weight loss surgery patients get kidney stones, which, yes ma'am, UTIs, yes ma'am, bladder infections, yes ma'am. We have dehydration, and most people are dehydrated, walking around dehydrated anyway. My mother-in-law, if she doesn't watch this, I don't think she will. She doesn't watch my videos. Hey, and my mother who does watch me, and I'm talking to you, mama, don't drink enough water. They don't drink water. Like they're like, oh, I'm just not. My own husband will rather drink milk than water, and I'm like, y'all gonna die. But I've been in the hospital so much after my surgeries for dehydration. Like, I won't put myself through that. Like, I won't do that to myself. So I try to keep water, as much water as possible. And that I'm not counting coffee. I don't do tea anyway. So yeah, I try to get it in 100 ounces. So, how do you structure your water intake throughout the day? I just drink it, like, as much as possible. Like, anytime I am not putting something in my mouth, like I'm thinking about the coffee I've got next to me, which is not water. It's not complete water, so I don't count coffee anymore. I used to count coffee towards my ounces per day, but I don't anymore. But it's right here. Always water or some kind of drink. Like, I just have to keep that there. I have to keep it around. If I don't see it, I don't think about it. If I don't think about it, then it could go a couple hours without me getting something to drink, because I don't have the thirst button. I have hungry button, Like I have the, oh man, I really want something to eat, but I don't have the, man, I should get something to drink button. I never ever feel thirsty. Do I have any rules around water, such as I can't go to bed till you hit your water? I don't have to worry about that. Again, even I wake up in the middle of the night and sip. So every time I kind of wake myself up in the middle of the night, I always grab my water bottle and take a couple sips because my mouth is always dry. Anyway, rules on vitamins. What vitamin requirements and rules were you given by your team? Since I had gastric bypass, iron, calcium, multivitamin, B complex, and sublingual. That's what I've been on this whole time. And I have almond in my teeth. Lovely. So that's what I've been on this entire time. That hasn't changed. Do you have any addition ones that you've added yourself? No. Well, yes, because I started taking the patches, and right now I'm taking vitamin D because I wasn't told to take vitamin D. I'm also taking glucosamine chondroitin, that one. Yeah, glucosamine chondroitin. There we go. I'm also taking that for my joints, but other than that, I really don't take anything else. I know after the DS, before somebody's like, but after the, yes, I don't have it yet. So I don't need extra K and A and, all that at the moment, because all those are fine. And I don't want to, some of these things, you and me, we're talk, because these Thrive people are all like supplement, these shake people, supplement, and these gene supplement. You can actually have serious problems by overdosing on vitamins. There are people on here that you can find who have had super high zinc, can super screw you up. B can screw you up. There's certain vitamins that you can have a surplus of in your bloodstream and can give you some serious issues. So you want to make sure that if you're starting to take any of this crazy hoobajoob people are throwing at you, like, this has 90,000 vitamins in it if you take 1 teaspoon, horse shit. If you're going to start doing that because you don't want to take your vitamins per day, get your blood tested, tell your surgeon about it, because he's going to tell you, hey, did I tell you to take that? No, but bring it to me. And if you bring it to him, he's going to be like, no, what's wrong with you? No, don't eat that. What's wrong with you? So true tried vitamins, people, is what food, true tried vitamins, water. Stop with the crazy stuff. Stop with trying to cut corners. Like, I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand. People were like, well, if I take this 1 teaspoon of this shit, then I don't have to eat, or I don't have to take all my vitamins. Like, even with my patches, I'm still taking oral vitamins to make sure that I have enough. And with the DS, I will be taking oral vitamins plus the patches, because I don't want to be deficient. There's so many things that can go wrong with you being deficient, and I'm taking too long because there's more stuff. All right, that's tangent rant over with. Just eat food, take your vitamins, stop trying to skip skip a few. Come on, messing with your lives here, people. Your lives, Jesus. What are your rules on how do you space out your vitamins? That is such oh God. So iron in the middle of the night, thyroid medicine in the morning when I first wake up, then I have to wait. Excuse me. And I can't have calcium with my thyroid medicine. Excuse me. Can't have calcium with my iron medication. So I have specific little timers. Golly, like, what is all over me? I have specific little timers on my phone that go off throughout the day, that, I pop whatever I need. So, yeah. So I suggest you do little timers on your phone or on your Fitbit or on something that's going to remind you to take those, because otherwise you're going to forget. And once you get behind, it's really hard for you to, to catch up. And I've already talked about depleting. I will link my vitamin video up here. What about blood work and frequency? He does every 6 months normally. For sleevers, he does less because they have less malabsorption. For me, after the DS, it'll be every 3 months to every 6 months after the first. I have, like, I just did iron and vitamin D because those were deficient. And now I'm trying to, like, he hasn't given me my test results yet, so I don't know if they've come up or whatnot yet. Rules around exercise. They asked me, they said when I started out, what were the rules? They were just exercise as much as you can. I took that and ran with it. What rules around exercise have you set for yourself? Type, cardio, strength, frequency. I go as much as I humanly can. I kick ass, sea bass, oh God. I battle my depression. I battle how I feel pretty much every day. Even today, I will be going to the gym and knocking it out with some cardio. I've actually done too much cardio, so I have to up my cardio to get a full workout. Strength training is amazing. I absolutely love getting some strength training in like 2 or 3 times a week, and definitely do cardio almost every day. Even if it's just walking, I get in some kind of cardio. Rules for food and tracking. What are your rules around your daily calorie intake? I try not to go over 1,200. I will go up to 1,400 if I've had an extremely trying day at the gym. What are your rules on portion size? Half a cup, 100 grams, or 4 ounces? That does not apply to me. I do not have restrictions, so as long as it fits in my macros, it goes in my pie hole. What about your macros, carbs, protein intake? Again, high protein right now, low fat, low carb, but I usually fail on the low carb because anytime I go under like 70 carbs, I go wackadoo. So I could probably get like 100 and 120 grams of carbs. Do not follow my example because obviously I'm still fat and having to have another weight loss surgery. So this is not my video telling you how to be like me, because that's probably not a good idea. So yeah. Do you have any rules around tracking and treats? Look, y'all, I'm pulling my inner Paula Deen right now. Moderation is key. Okay, like there are going to be temptations every day, all day long, every moment of every day. You're going to be tempted by something or somebody or something or someone or somehow. And if you're one of those people who are like, I'm never gonna have this ever again, I'm never, then you're lying to yourself. Because I've told this story before, but it's many a year ago, probably. I don't even know what video it was on. So there was a trial period, and they had people come in. And the only rule is that you can't, you're supposed to eat, 4 meals a day, but you can't have any mustard. Okay, you can't have any mustard whatsoever. And the guys were like, all right. So the next week they come in, and they asked them at the door. They're like, okay, so did you have 4 meals a day? Yes, I did. Did you have any mustard? No. Are you sure you had no mustard? Yes. So they went in there, and the third week came around, and once again, all these 5 guys came back in, and they're put into a room together for waiting. The damn almonds. Only my teeth meets. Teeth meets? So they came in and they started, they're talking amongst themselves. They're like, oh yeah, man, I could really go for, a hamburger, or, what'd you eat this week? And again, each one of them taken by themselves. Each one of them, the first question is, did you eat 4 meals a day? Yes. Did you eat any mustard? No. Are you absolutely sure you had absolutely no mustard this week? No. 4th week came along. The guys are sitting in the room together, and they're like, oh God, you know what I could really go for, man? I could go for some pickles and mustard on a hamburger, or, I would love to have, this and this with mustard, or, I'd love to have a hot dog with mustard and onions, just talking about food. And So again, week 5 comes along and they come back and the thing goes through again, mustard, you didn't have any. Nope, didn't have any. So 6 weeks comes along and they're sitting all together and these guys are talking about nothing but how they would love to eat mustard and like what kind of mustard and how they would eat it and how much they would eat and how they couldn't wait for this to be done so they could eat. So it actually created a mustard fetish with people who didn't even really care about mustard to fucking begin with, because they were denied it. Because they were told over and over again they couldn't have it. So some of them probably cheated a few times. Some of them, it's mustard. Like, normally, do you think to yourself, man, I could go for a big bowl of mustard? No. But if you're constantly told, for weeks at a time that's the one thing you cannot have, then that's the one thing that's going to be secretly on your mind is, oh man, well, when this trial is over, I'm going to go get me a big ass hot dog with just mustard all over them. I'm going to drink a fucking French's mustard, like Grey Poupon my balls in it. You know what I'm saying? And like, that would be hot and probably not be a good idea. Don't do that. Don't do that. But you know what I'm saying. You know where I'm going with all this. Like to deny yourself is to make yourself think about it more often. To deny yourself is to not be human, and you're going to be human. And so, in my most humble opinion, if you're going to cheat, and I use the word cheat because my lips are so dry. I tried some liquid lipstick, that matte to lipstick stuff, and it dried the living daylights out of my poor little lip meats. But that's not what I was trying to say. Anywho, this is way too long already. 20 minutes already. Surprise. So yes, if you're going to have food that normally is not on your diet, make sure it fits into your macros. If it can't fit into your macros, have it and get it over with. Just eat it and be done with it, and then go back to what you were doing. Like, don't continuously deprive yourself and then be like, I don't know why, I want chips so badly. Take one day out of the week and, have yourself a really nice cheat meal at the end of the week and, work out really good and do what you're supposed to the next day, like, or later on that night. Don't make it so important in your head. Don't make it so... you know what I'm saying? Like, don't let it have importance over your thinking. Just be like, no, I'm going to have a cupcake. And okay, well, I had my cupcake. Well, that was good. I didn't have to have 10 cupcakes. I didn't have to have the entire pie. I didn't have to have the entire gallon of ice cream. Because you're being real with yourself. You're a human, just because they tell you never to have these things again. Because, of course, nobody wants you to get fat again. But they know in retrospect that these are things that are going to be eaten, and you just have to learn moderation and portion is key, and that's pretty much it. I love your beautiful, amazing, gorgeous faces. I will definitely talk to you soon. I know I'm supposed to tag people, but I don't know who hasn't done it yet. So if you haven't been tagged in this rules for stuff that I believe, yeah. Do it. Awful YouTuber. I love you. Bye.